Hey guys, alright, so we are going to be doing graphing coordinates. Okay, so yesterday we talked about the coordinate plane, and let's do a really quick review of the coordinate plane. So a coordinate plane, if you remember, is made up of two number lines, okay, that cross perpendicular to each other. This axis was called the x-axis, and this one was called the y-axis, okay? So it's kind of like just the number lines have their own names. This is x, this is y. If you look at it, the number lines go negatives to the left, -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0 in the middle, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it goes from the bottom is negatives, -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And of course, these would be spaced evenly. So hopefully, mine doesn't have a grid, so hopefully you can at least get an idea of how to graph a point. So coordinates, okay, or let's backtrack a second. Quadrants. Quadrants, if you remember, are the four squares. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are Roman numerals. Okay, remember it makes a C shape. All right, so quadrants are just like sort of a specific area. So remember we talked about how like Avon, or excuse me, Indiana is a quadrant. It doesn't tell you much, but it says Indiana, okay? And then Avon would be more, or Indianapolis would be considered more of an actual coordinate. It's very specific. So a coordinate is a point. So sometimes they call them points, coordinates, whatever. Okay. It always starts as x, comma, y. And what does that mean? That means you have the x, so the number for x, and then y, the number for y. Okay. Remember, it goes ABC order, x, comma, y. So the last lesson, you were given a point, and you were given a point, and you had, I think I just said that, you were given a point and you had to write the coordinates for it. Now it's a little different. What they're going to do is they're going to give you coordinates and you graph that point. So you look at it, you say, okay, 3, 2. So we start at the origin, which was right smack dab in the middle here. We always start there. You don't need to put a point there. I'm just marking it. Okay. It says 3, 2. So that means on the x-axis, I am going to go over 3 spaces. Now, how do you know if it's left or right? If it's positive, it's to the right. So we're going to go 1, 2. I'll actually do this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so hold off there. Don't mark anything. Then from there, you have the y is 2. And since it's positive 2, that means we're going to go up 2 spots. So 1, 2, boom. That is the point 3, 2. So it means go right 3, then go up 2. Okay? Let's say that we are given the point -5, 4. Okay? So you always start back at your origin. Okay? And then you count -5. So -5, since it's negative, that's to the left 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop there. Okay. And then +4 for y. So that means I'm going to go up 4 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice what, and again, hopefully it's lined up as decently as it can be. Notice what I'm not doing is I am not counting the spaces I am currently on. So like, for example, when I went -5, 4, I start here, but I don't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I go 1, 2, 3, 4. Think about when you play a board game. When you play a board game, let's just say you're playing a board game and your marker guy is right here. And I tell you, all right, move 2 spaces forward. You're not going to pick up your marker and go 1, 2. If you're doing that, you're probably losing a lot. Or if I tell you to walk 3 spots forward, you don't stomp your foot and go 1 and then walk forward, okay? So don't ever count the ones you're on. You just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? Let's say the next one is 0, comma, -3. All right, so I'm starting at 0. Now the first point is 0, which means you don't move left or right anywhere. You stay at 0. And then it is -3, so that is down 3 spots. So I am on the y-axis, okay? And then finally, one more example. Let's see, I do 2, comma, 0. Okay, so back at my origin. I'm always restarting at the origin. Okay, x is 2, so 1, 2. So I go right 2, and then it says 0, so that means I go 0 spots up or down, so I stay where I am. Okay? So, always left to right first, up and down second. Remember, if you want to if you're playing like Mario, okay, if you want to make him jump high, you better make him run first. So make him run first, jump high. Same with like if you guys play basketball. If you play basketball, standing in place and jumping doesn't do much. But if you run first, jump up or down, okay, you'll get more air. So that's it for that. Let's review real quickly. If I were to ask you which quadrants each of these points are located in. So let's start with the first one here. Okay, that is quadrant 1. Quadrant 2. This one, if you remember, it's not in either quadrant. You can't say it's in 3 and 4. Okay, it's not both. It's either in one or the other. So it's actually technically in no quadrant. So what we say is it's on the y-axis. Same with this one. This one can't be in quadrant 1 and 4 at the same time. It's on the x-axis. So that would be the answer to that. Okay, so just again, real quickly, when you graph, always start at 0. Work your way left and right, because x comes first, y comes second, and that's how you graph points.